wanted to talk about Facebook, which is, your favorite company in the world, Daniel, I think, right?
Yeah, to recommend. Makes me look like a genius.
That's another thing, right? Whenever you say Facebook, you're like, oh, I hate the company, but buy the stock. Everybody says that, right?
Well, I don't know about everybody, but I've been on that beat for a while because I don't even use it. I don't. I'm not a big fan of Zuckerberg. I don't believe in his one world vision, control, and all that kind of stuff. However, in the world of reality investing, it is a great risk reward setup. It is connected with the highest, most goofy people in governments. I don't need to rehash this and beat this dead horse because I've already said that enough. But it's pulled back. It was down about 15% from its previous highs of $380. If you haven't, I would add that. As long as you can put your conscience aside, Frank, this makes Goldman Sachs look like the nicest, most welcoming people in the woods when you're stranded and trying to get through. It's like a Game of Thrones thing. When you're hungry and dying, they come to your rescue. And that ain't reality either. That's how good Facebook is.
Yeah, it's down about 12% from its highs. Again, there's a lot of news, though, that came out, right, in the past few days, actually. Yeah. So they're changing their name.
Well, that's a rumor. They're probably going to change the holding company name. Yeah, we'll see if...
to reflect, as I said, they're reflecting more of building the metaverse, which is, merging augmented reality and virtual reality, which is unbelievable. I mean, this is a massive trend, especially when you look at Facebook, whatever it is, 20% of the world's population has a Facebook account. And these virtual worlds are really cool. I've seen them. I've been in them. It's unbelievable. It's really cool. Like what is it? Ready Player One, I think it's called. So that movie was about it. The movie doesn't do justice compared to the book. When you're looking at metaverse, it's a trend. When you start researching, it's amazing. I'm going to be into this trend. So is our company. I think it's really, really cool. I'm exploring it a lot. I have great contacts, but this is going, you're going to see next 3-4 years, this thing really, really develop. They're hiring 10,000 people in the EU over the next 5 years just to build this metaverse platform. Also, Facebook came out and said that, Coinbase is going to be the custodian for the digital wallet. So, that digital wallet's important, right? So it's going to allow anyone on Facebook, again, 2 billion plus people around the world to send money with no fees and send it instantly, which is a very, very big deal. Coinbase went up on that news, as well as Facebook. But, when I look at Facebook and changing it, what are they going to change their name to? You have any guesses?
Probably something like "Get in line, sheep. We own you," or "Own all your info."
Big Brother Meta or something like that.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, something like that. But when you see this world, I mean, you're gonna have full control basically because you have one world that you live in, but this is a different world. You have an avatar. You can go in. You can buy different things through it. You can go to different, classes. You could have online classes. You could basically watch a game that's live in this world through and sit on the pitcher's mound and watch the pitcher pitch. It's unbelievable of where this could go when you start thinking about it, and your brain just goes crazy when you start researching it. But you're right, Facebook, I think it's a great buy here no matter what happens.
And let's not forget, all this is a lot of distraction from the whistleblowers and all the other bad press they're getting about how they use your information, how they're not completely honest with you. Blah, 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 blah. Same old song and dance, Frank.
Yeah, no, same old song and dance. So Facebook, I agree with you. I think it's a buy here. Still the greatest platform ever.
But the Coinbase
news... a ton of money in terms of advertising revenue.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's a great business model in the sense, and it's a high-margin business. And like I said, they're connected. Just ignore all the fears of breaking them up. That's not going to hurt the company. Transitioning there, because of the wallet is a huge deal. The Coinbase announcement is a huge deal for what that's going to go forward. That's an easy transition to crypto because Bitcoin hit an all-time high today.
Yeah.
So we gotta look out for everybody and the bears calling for another crash now. But that's just neat to see that market continue to chug higher in the face of negative headlines and all kinds of stuff. But it just shows that, hey, more people are going to continue to gravitate towards that. You can't not change the inner workings of what's going on to create Bitcoin and cryptocurrency surging without expecting it to continue to surge. So nothing in reality that made Facebook look good a year or 2 years ago or 6 months ago is changing, which is a reason that it's still going to continue upward and be volatile as it does.
So, I mean, we're seeing Bitcoin at all-time highs today, right? So the new ETF was launched. BITO is a symbol. If you are a retail investor, guys, do not touch this thing at all. It is not for you. This is mostly for institutions. This is based on the future market. You could be, buying this thing when it trades at a significant premium, which is most likely since they're buying futures and the contract's rolling over. I won't get into the complicated. It's complicated, but just there's so many ways to buy Bitcoin. You don't have to do it through here. You go SoFi, BlockFi, Gemini, eToro, Robinhood, Coinbase. There's so many ways that you can buy Bitcoin. You can buy it really cheap in some of those places. But
And remember, you don't need minimums. So put $1,000, put $100. You don't need to buy an entire Bitcoin and all that. That's one of the beauties behind it. That's good stuff with you.
No, but the bigger point here, this is a milestone, right? So now it opens up the floodgates where there's a lot of ETFs in the works, and you got to look at security token ETFs. You got to look at ETFs everywhere. I mean, it's funny because there's going to be a DeFi one coming out, which Goldman registered for, and this is about 2 months ago. If you're not familiar with DeFi, it's a massive market, 80 billion, huge growth potential, growing tremendously. But it's ironic, right? If you think about it, Dan, because DeFi stands for decentralized finance. This is about eliminating the middleman, right? So the middleman makes so much money, and we have, investment banks, Wall Street, they make a fortune on all these fees that they charge, basically being a middleman. Yes, they do more things, it create products and stuff like that, but a lot of it is fees. And it hasn't been disrupted, right? Really. And now you're seeing this disruption come in, which through DeFi, which through crypto. And again, about eliminating the middleman on Wall Street. Goldman is the biggest middleman in investment banking, and they're the ones launching this DeFi ETF. So a little ironic there, but it just goes to show you how the largest banks in the world have no choice. They have to get into crypto. They have to get into Bitcoin. There's a whole nother level of things going on right now within crypto and growth trends. The foundation's been built, but seeing it at highs right now, a lot of momentum behind it. I like the fact that it came down twice to around a $40,000 level. I mean, I think if it comes back down and pulls off of this, people are going to buy it because they felt like they missed it. It's a limited supply. It's a play on almost every risk that you have in the marketplace today, which is, inflation, which is I hate the governments, I hate Wall Street, I hate money printing. It just has so many factors. And as Bitcoin goes up, remember, when you see a market go up, the crappiest and the shittiest names go up the most. Just like when the market comes down, those are names that go down the most. But a lot of stuff is going to benefit, but there's a lot of great names within the crypto space that are amazing. They're focusing on the biggest trends within this industry, which is like the next layer. I won't call it crypto 2.0, but that the foundation's built. But really exciting stuff. And now, for me, I'm just waiting. I need to see, Daniel, another Peter Schiff tweet that it's going to zero, because that's usually the sign to buy. And he always does that when it goes right at the bottom, like 40, but he hasn't been talking about Bitcoin, saying it's going to go. It's going to crash. We need that. We can't have everyone on one side loving Bitcoin or loving crypto. We need those people to say, hey, you know what? This thing could crash. And right now you don't have that. So that makes me a little worried where we could, we'll break through, but it could pull back a little bit, but it'll be interesting. Either way, long term, this is here. You have to get in it, and it's an amazing market.
Yeah, well said. I mean, it's going to be volatile, but yeah, that's good. Nothing goes straight up forever, and that's fine. So yeah, just write this down, and as good as you feel right now when prices go up, remember that when prices are going against you. And that's just a good lesson to learn, and you gotta put money to work in order to achieve that. It's just something you got to do, so do it.